Hey, it's the Beauties and the Chief from Bonding with Board Games. Hello.
Hello.
We're still in costume. This will be our other one is aired, so you've seen why we're this way. What I didn't reference was back over Cammie's left shoulder is like a little scarecrow that is a Puerto Rican scarecrow. And Liz, my wife, specifically Puerto Rican, because she's doing this whole Hispania kind of thing, and she's representing Puerto Rico, and that's going down there tomorrow. And we figured, what the heck? We're in costume. Let's just bring in a cool looking, like ombre, scarecrow deal. So, but today we're doing our top five IPs, intellectual property games. And why don't I start off with this one? We're going to go with Star Wars Imperial Assault for my first one.
Okay.
I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Imperial Assault is Fantasy Flight's taking the Descent fantasy theme and retheming it with Star Wars and then just going forth. So you've got someone that's playing kind of the dark side, and then the heroes being the light side, or the rebels, and so you've got that many against one thing going on. So, but again, Star Wars, there's a lot of Star Wars stuff out there. I was even looking at, I didn't want to double up on too many. I kind of like the miniatures thing as well, but this one, number 5 for me.
Yeah, we have that one. I haven't played it yet.
There you go. There you go.
So I should.
If you like the Descent model, some people don't like that, one against many or whatever. I like it just because sometimes AI for me can seem a little too...
AI?
Yeah, the artificial, yeah, exactly. And so if there's a person in there that has some options of, rather than do a bunch of little things to stop you, I'm going to save up, and now I'm bringing this big thing against you.
But we know the stormtroopers never hit anything.
Oh, God, I know. I hope the new movie fixes that.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm going to be honest, my biggest thing is Captain Phasma. I'm so excited for her. Cool. Yes.
Yeah, I can't wait. So I can't wait for all the little spin-off stuff that Disney's going to do, just like the Marvel.
I need a BB-8. I need that little BB-8 that you control with your phone.
Oh, that looks very cool.
So if anybody has $250 to buy one.
Oh, is that how much it is?
Oh, yeah.
Holy goodness. Well, let's just go boom right here.
Okay, sure.
Full disclosure.
Do it.
This was a really tough list for me. I have not played very many intellectual property games. And we own like 2.
Wow.
I know. So this was really tough. Several of these on my list I've only played once. So I need to get out there, play a little bit more of these.
We have some. You can play with ours.
Yes.
You can play some of
ours.
ours.
So we will have to make that a priority. So my number 5 is just plain old Marvel Legendary. I haven't played any of the expansions or anything like that, and I think that it was maybe Brett's copy that he brought over to the house and we played with Jason.
I know Brett's a big fan of that.
Yeah, he is a big fan. So
that was on my short list.
Yeah, it's a good, kind of semi-co-op game. Everybody's got their own skin in the game, but you all have to work together against the villain. Deck building game. So it's, I think, very familiar for a lot of people to get into. And then you've got that superhero aspect to it that is appealing to a lot of folks. So.
Absolutely.
Does a real good job.
Yep.
As you mentioned, I know we're going to you, but they don't really have a good, well, maybe some people like Harry Potter IP.
I haven't found, there may be some out there, and if you know of them, put them in the comments so that we can try them out. But the only one that I've found so far is the Lego one, and I like to play kids games from time to time, but this is a really heavy kids game, and it's just not up my alley. So that
we were joking around that Gale Force 9 needs to do a Harry Potter.
Yes, do that, Gale Force 9, do it.
Because you figure out what the intellectual property is, and somehow you find the mechanics. That
they've done a really great job with that. So my number 5 is Star Trek Catan, and now I don't know too many people who don't enjoy Catan and originally, but there are some things that the original Catan can kind of it's all right. But Star Trek Catan, with the roles and everything of the different characters, it really just builds that up and it gives you that chance, and especially since you don't get to keep your role. So that's really handy, and especially if you're a Star Trek fan, give that one a look, because it's a lot of fun, and it's going to be the original series crew.
Okay. What does the role do for you? Like, what's an example of something that it would do?
Well, I'm trying to think of some. Like, it might allow you to get a good or do different things as far as that goes.
Okay.
All right. We're coming to my 4, and since it's my 4, I'm cooking. I'm going to lose the hair.
Oh no! Oh no! Wig
Look at
hair!
that.
Wig hair! Oh no! Wig hair!
I just like 10 degrees just went off.
You can't.
The eye
You
may
can't
come
come to
soon.
the cons with me.
Yeah, I know,
I'm not gonna
I
argue
broke
if you
it.
lose
I know,
the
I
eye.
broke it. But it's funny because when I go to look at Cammy, I've got to come all the way around, all the way over here, and
It
it's
is a
like
little
my depth perception's off. Like, hello, where's the scotch? Coming into my number 4, I'm with you with Star Trek. I went with Star Trek Fleet Captains.
Okay.
All right, they feel like Star Trek missions. I'm having a hard time looking at Cammy since she's always looking at my crazy. I'm like,
She's
oh my
freaked
god,
out,
oh my
like-
god. Yeah, Star Trek Fleet Captains. I love the fact that there's multiple things going on. You got exploration happening. You've got missions that you're going to go out and try to solve. You've got conflict that goes on there. I don't have the Romulan expansion. I need to get that. And it's a little hard to get to the table, I will admit, unless I've got a Star Trek fan or a good solid gamer that says, you know what, yeah, I'm good for that. I've had it a couple times where I bring it up and no, and then Catan's more likely to hit the table. Or I've even run into the uber Star Trek Fleet Captains fan, and then it's too much for me. They're like, I've made extra tiles and extra rules here, and
you would like the Romulan one. You obviously knew that because they make the best ale.
yes, the Romulan ale, and they've got all the cloaking, all
Right,
the cloaking
yeah.
ability. They're very sneaky. But so Star Trek Fleet Captains, great IP. They did a really good job. It feels like Star Trek.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys can hear the sound that this eye makes, and you know why it's
I
unnerving.
can see behind me
Oh, I
now.
gotta figure out a weird noise to freak you out with too. This should be our thing.
Every episode will have a
We
freaking
have to
noise.
freak you out.
Okay. So number 4, we actually own. It's Lords of Waterdeep.
I considered that one.
Yeah.
I kept fighting with whether or not Dungeons and Dragons it was an intellectual property.
Yeah.
or not. And I was
I'm
like,
counting it because I had to reach.
Sure,
I had
Oh,
to
yeah,
phone
no,
it
no,
in
you
for
go.
this list,
You go.
remember?
you're good.
Yeah.
They brought it home too. I mean,
It is technically an intellectual property.
Yeah. So I have played it 2-player with my husband very recently. And
Our group plays it all the time.
Yeah.
Like there was a time where our first Friday we would have like 3-4 games going at Waterdeep.
Right.
So.
it's
Yeah.
a nice uncluttered worker placement
Yeah.
type of mechanic, which I really like about it, because sometimes worker placement games can get a little fiddly for me, a little muddy.
right.
So
I think that hidden roll, like the
Yeah.
extra points at the end. I'm telling you, that one that you get points for the buildings. That one's
Oh, yeah.
brutal.
when I played with Steve, I had one that gave me 6 points for whatever category of card I decided at the end of the game. So that way I could go for
You
a
could play
certain
it, yeah.
a certain type of
Whatever
card,
worked
and that
for you.
gave me quite a few points at the end. So, but it was fun 2-player. I mean, there's not a whole lot of those kind of worker placement games I think that feel right when you play just 2-player.
Yeah.
I think this was compact enough that it worked well.
Gotcha. Excellent. Okay, so
So I'm still. I was really.
my
cooking.
number 4 is Legendary. And I happen to enjoy a lot of the different ones of Legendary. I'm a big Marvel fan. The only thing, there's a DC offshoot that's not actually Legendary. Haven't played that one yet, but as I've mentioned in their Halloween one, I love the Alien one, and how very, because with that one it's so very thematic. It's incredibly thematic. You've got that direness of it, and even in the Marvel stuff, you get that too with the certain bad guys, that it's just coming at you, and everybody's trying and losing. So I really enjoyed Legendary.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite? Like, they have the Spider-Man expansion, which is paint the town red.
Alien.
Alien.
Alien. Yeah.
Like that. See, I haven't played Alien.
Okay, so I'm gonna get kind of sort of off topic. I am a woman.
Although you look like Harry, I will get with that. Yes.
So growing up, Alien was a huge deal for me because Ripley was the hero. What?
Yeah, badass.
What? And she's just a woman. She's not even a soldier, which they had a female soldier in the second film.
Yeah.
And she's
awesome.
just like, for all intents and purposes, she's the stock. Like she's the stock manager,
Right.
And here she is. She's the one that's trying to get things taken care of, and you get this motherly instinct. And it's like, don't mess with my babies, especially with Newt,
Yeah. And she's like, Newt survived here for
however long.
Yeah,
and you
whatever,
guys are
2
doing
months.
What? Yeah. And then there's that famous line, and I got in trouble for saying it during kindergarten. But
That's
get
great.
Which
away
one?
from her, you.
oh, gotcha.
Kindergarten.
The
I
baby.
love it.
Oh,
So yeah,
kindergarten.
that happened. But yeah, so that is definitely my favorite of those ones. so
Yeah, I
far.
love when what's his name, who's a comedian, like totally loses it. Like, we're all gonna get it, we're all going out.
Game over, man.
Yeah, it's game over, man. And he's just like totally losing it. And then she's like, come on now, Newt survived here for 3 months or whatever it was.
She is a baby.
Someone out there knows
You're being a
exactly how
baby.
long she survived, and I'm sorry that we don't know exactly. She'll know. All right, this is clicking around.
They come
like
out
that.
at night,
Ooh,
mostly.
there's lights.
Mostly.
Wow. I see why the pirates did it. It's like, this light. Yeah.
When I have friends that cosplay with something over their eye, I'm always like, you need to take it off every once in a while.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of damage to your eyes. So,
Whew.
anyways,
Goodness.
moving on.
Wow.
Can you
That was-
read your list?
I can. It threw me off, though. Spartacus from Gale Force 9 is my number 3. Now, it has this longer, I want to say like of Blood and Treachery, I think, is the extended title.
I played this with you guys, actually.
Yeah, it's great. It was funny because 2 things that Spartacus did for me. First, the show. My wife had a mentor who is retired now, but he was a professor at K-State. And he's also a big board game player. And we'd had lunch with him, and he'd said, "Oh, you like gladiators? You haven't seen Spartacus?" And so we got Spartacus. And first of all, I didn't know how much blood and sex pretty much was going on there, which was fine, but it just caught me off. And there's a lot of, let's just say, a lot of penis in the show.
Well, and see, that's one of the cool
I
things
was
about...
like,
and
there's a lot of penis in this show.
Not to be one way or the other about it, and I love Game of Thrones, love it, but the thing that Spartacus has over it is male nudity,
Yeah.
and the reason why this is important is because Game of Thrones has lots of female nudity, lots and lots of female nudity, no penis. You're like,
Well, go to Spartacus and you're going to get it.
Yeah,
So
a lot
you're
of
gonna
it.
get,
A
you've got the gay couple, which was just, there was that. And then you got the gladiators being rewarded with women. And then you've got the rich people saying whatever.
and Lucy Lawless being naked.
Wow.
I have no
give
problems
her,
with that.
actually,
no problems.
as an actress, she's A-list, I think, kind of actress.
She's
and
really
in
brought
the
herself
show.
up lately. Like,
So-
I love that.
Yeah, I thought it was a great part for her, and she really stretched, and you would think she would say, well, I'll do this, but not the nudity, and it was weird, and it wasn't like gratuitous or to a point, it really just,
It
felt
built
like
her
Rome.
character. It
And
really
felt
built
like
her
Rome.
character. Because you see that relationship between her husband and the other girls as well. So
Yeah, and it felt like Rome, and they just do, and so back to the game now. The game
sorry,
takes
guys.
that, I know, sorry, we got lost in there. There's Chuck, by the way, her professor was just funny. So the game brings that treachery in there, where it's backstabbery, you're lying, you're then betting on these gladiators, you're throwing the match because you're going to get paid, and there's all this stuff that factors in there, and I've always loved the gladiatorial arena thing, but this brings it around where that's going on, but then there's all the maneuvering outside of that, and Gale Force 9 really brought that in, and it was surprising how they did it.
And I remember I've only played this once, and it was with this guy and his wife, and of course my husband. And this was I have these certain games that people really, really just kind of don't pay attention to me. Maybe they're fighting with one another. And I think that's what it was. You and your wife were battling it out and paying attention to one another, and I just snuck up underneath there and I said, "Hey guys, I got all the things. Yeah. I win."
Yeah. So, Gale Force 9, to bring this around the way they did. Now it does have a lot of conflict. My wife usually doesn't like conflict, but because she knew the show so well.
Yeah, she was having a blast.
Yeah, like it's almost a role-playing feeling a little bit. Like you're like, you know what?
Well, and that's the thing. She had a blast picking on you.
Yes.
Like that was her thing.
It was like, oh my god. So
Nice.
sorry.
Okay.
Can't believe we said penis like 5 times.
I know. Yeah.
You said it again.
Yeah.
6.
I have abstained.
You didn't say penis.
No. We'll see if that happens before the end of the episode.
I'll say it again. Can I say it some more?
What? Say what?
Penis.
That's 8.
My number 3.
It's a family show.
BSG.
Yes. That might show up later.
I had a feeling it might be on some other lists around here. I think we've talked about this a couple of times at this point.
I'm not having a. If Jason and I have a little girl, its name won't be Kara. Don't take that name from me, because that's what my baby's going to be named. Okay, go ahead.
Revealing yourself as the traitor.
Oh, it's a
It's
blast.
just so satisfying.
It's a blast.
Yeah. So.
You know it's a blast because you watched me and Tina just.
Yep. I've only been the traitor once. So I think I need to play this one. Yeah, I need
My
to play
first
this
time
one.
playing
If we
it, I
could
was
play
the
more
traitor.
players.
Were
My
you
very
really?
first time, yeah, I demoed it in like 09 down at BGG.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was the traitor, and I was like, I was all nervous and
Yes.
excited, and that's what that brings you, is that, but I'll talk more.
I'm a bad bluffer, so for me to have something
If our
like this
game
on
could
my
handle
list.
more players, you should Geekway
Yeah.
definitely. But I don't know, man. I think everybody's gonna be there this year.
I know.
So 1 year when we're missing a player,
Okay.
you're getting in on that.
Deal.
She said.
Then we can be traders together. All right, so my number 3 is the Game of Thrones board game. I happen to be a huge Game of Thrones fan, and what I enjoy about this game is it's kind of like Risk, but you have these different roles. Now, one thing that I will tell you ahead of time is that it's very important that you play a certain number of players for each scenario. So, because certain times, if you don't have the right number, Greyjoy totally gets eaten. Or, the Starks are just completely stuck up on the top of the board and don't ever get to do anything. So, it is very important that each one of the scenarios you follow very closely to what is going to be the right number for it. But it is one of those ones where you can make deals with the people around you and then totally throw it out the window. So those are always super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So if I love the show too, haven't played the game. Do you think that for folks who are into the show that enhances the game? Because when I hear Risk, I'm going, don't know.
It really does. And it's not like Risk in that case. The thing is that you do build armies, and you can only have so much army in certain places, and based on your prestige or whatever, I can't remember what it's called. But if you're famous enough, you can have a bigger army. If you have enough food, you can have a bigger army. So and how many armies you can support and those sorts of things. So it's very important that you don't stretch that out. You
Does
still want
winter
to
come?
Winter does in fact come.
Dun dun dun.
Actually, today I was dressed up as Cersei. So earlier today. So
I'm forgetting her name. Who is the huge
Brienne of
Amazon?
Tarth.
Yes,
I love Brienne.
her.
Love Brienne.
I was like,
Great
she's
casting.
just bad.
Oh, the entire cast is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge. Obviously there are differences from the books, but it's one of those things you have to sit here and go, it's a different medium. They can't hire that many actors.
Right.
So yes, the story's going to change a little.
Well, and I'll admit to you, I read the first book on high recommendation. I'm a huge avid reader, and I got a little lost in the politics of it. And I was like, I don't know if I want to commit to the rest that's coming out. And so when the HBO did it and did it so well, And I'll admit, it was a little condensed for me. I was like, this is great. And then I love seeing people saying, write the other books. All of a sudden, just because they knew they fed the movies, they were like, keep writing.
Well, and one of the things that I love about it is that I had started the first 2 seasons before I started reading them. And reading them while you're watching the show, it makes it so much easier to place the characters because some of those names are really Tywin, Tyrion, those sorts of things. I know the difference now. So obviously there's a huge difference, but there are a lot of characters with very similar names. And if you're just watching and what's that name? Yeah, I don't know. But
now, what's the actor's name that's a little person?
Peter Dinklage.
Phenomenal.
Oh, he is. He's amazing.
Love this guy. He was the character, which again I'm blanking because I haven't read the book.
Tyrion Lannister.
He was great in the first book I read, and then in the show. But the actor just carries it off so
and
well.
I love Heidi as well. Heidi, which is Cersei.
Okay.
She does a great job in that role, and it's one of those ones people don't understand why I like her, and it's funny because it's not necessarily that I feel like I relate to her or any way, but she is, one, a great actress, and two, a lot of depth in that.
So complex a character.
Yeah, especially when you start. Well, okay, we're doing the thing again.
We can go down rabbit trails.
I could do this for hours.
You probably could. Well, maybe in the future we'll have an episode just on
different shows.
Sure.
Yeah.
We can always break off from just the list too, because I'm with you. We could go on about this, and I need to catch
the psychology behind Game of Thrones. I can do this.
Yeah, I will give you that. The court intrigue when Father Stark, I can't remember his first name.
Tywin. You mean Stark? Ned.
Ned. When he goes off and he becomes
Eddard.
What is he? The Black Hand? Is it the Black Hand or the Right Hand or? He's the
hand of the king.
Just the hand.
The hand of the king.
Sorry, it's no left hand, right hand, black hand.
No, it's just the hand.
Just the hand. And then what's his name that runs the brothels?
Oh yeah, Littlefinger.
I don't like him, but then he's a bastard. I knew there was a finger.
Oh yeah, but he's so great at it. He's so great at being a bastard.
Sorry, okay.
So
shake the eye, baby.
Shake the eye. Shake it off.
Because we're coming back to Gale Force 9 for my number 2. I hate worker placement. I don't like worker placement. For whatever reason, generally worker placement I don't like. Now there's a few that are okay that I can play, but there's something.
You're not playing Can-Ban
Not worker placement. What am I saying? I love worker placement. God, I just apparently I've had too much of this stuff. I love worker placement. I hate pick up and deliver. I can't even say pick up and deliver because I hate it. All right, now there's some pick up and deliver that's okay. Firefly. Firefly's pick up and deliver. It pretty much had to be pick up and deliver because it's a, what is it, a job.
Get a job.
Get a job.
Get a ship, get a job.
And then keep flying. All right. It had to be worker placement. When I heard they were doing it and they said it's worker placement, I was like, I keep saying worker placement.
I'll be in my bunk.
It's pick up and deliver. Yeah, I'll be in Vera. And a cool hat that's knitted by my mother. Okay. Pick up and deliver. Sorry. Love worker placement. Pick up and deliver. Not a fan of. Got the game. Had to get the game. Your husband got me the game when he was at Gen Con, and I loved it.
He's so good at that.
It's that open sandbox feel, which is great. The theme is right there. The way you can pick up your jobs, you're making your money. You can take risks. You can not. You can play it safe. It does it really well. I'm still not that pick up and deliver thing's a little rough for me, but it is the game and it's very Firefly. It feels
it's
Firefly.
So thematic. It's incredibly thematic.
It is. I would go search decks because I had to have Jane or Wash.
We got to the point because it became incredibly OP to have River and her brother. Like it was like, oh no, you're winning. Sorry, I'm done. So we would kind of separate them.
Yeah. So Firefly from Gale Force 9. The mechanic, I'm so on. The theme, yes. All right, I'm still mad at Fox for canceling.
My number 2 was mentioned by Mickey on her Halloween list. Kingsport Festival.
Yay!
Yep. So I got to play this one at BGG Con.
Oh, the
it was
HP
in
Lovecraft.
the demo room. So we just kind of sat down. The table was available, and we're like, yeah, we'll give it a shot. Played Kingsburg, which I think you made
we played
mention
Kingsburg too.
Yeah. So very familiar with that type of layout and that gameplay. So it feels very similar to that. But there's a lot of kind of different elements. So it's kind of reimagining the game. So for those who maybe don't know much about the difference between the two, it's not really like it's just rethemed. There's different aspects to the Kingsport Festival game compared to Kingsburg. And I really like the sanity track that's in Kingsport Festival
I have
because
to try this with
You have to honor the old gods.
yeah.
Honor
So if you go too far in one direction, your sanity starts to get out of whack and you go completely and utterly mad, and that's really bad. So
Well, and I don't
Yes,
usually
like that.
see. Here's the thing, like with Firefly, I don't usually like dice games, but those Kingsburg and Kingsport Festival, I love them.
yeah,
Cool.
So good game.
good game.
Very nice.
So we're on 2.
Yes.
Well, actually, he already said it is Firefly. Huge fan of that one, and I went pretty crazy about this game when it first came from Gen Con, which is when he picked up his. I will say, my husband is really good at standing in lines. I mean, it's
He's a
It's good to have
stander.
somebody
He's
who
a
does that.
stander,
you
baby.
wouldn't think this is like a trait that people go for, but when it comes to board games, standing
And at
in
Gen
line.
Con, which line do you go to?
He plans this stuff out.
He does.
And we do this for BGG, so we get the best games on the
Right.
first day and everything like that too. It's a thing.
Yeah, he gets it figured out. Like, I'm going to hit that because I'm feeling that that's going to be a long line, so I'm going there first. And then I'm going to peel over to here to where they have
It's an art.
multiple ways to sell, so it's going to be short. Yeah, your husband's got it figured out.
He's got it.
He's
got
like
it.
gaming life.
And you almost have to do that with this game too, with Firefly. You have to
do.
know where to go and do I want to take jobs from Niska? Maybe.
There's a lot.
Would be going all the way over here be a good idea? Should I take these people with
War
me? Should I?
Stories is my favorite episode. When they're getting tortured and he's telling them,
Oh, that's such a yes.
sorry.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Go watch the show. Just seriously, right
wish
now.
there was more.
Right now, go watch it.
Just more.
Well, not right now. Let us.
Okay,
finish
yeah,
the
let us
episode
finish.
and then go
Don't
watch.
pause this yet.
Right.
You got to watch all the
Then
way to the
go
end,
watch
baby.
the show because
Oh,
we.
yeah,
I think
thumb
we
it,
all
comment.
would say, yeah, it's about that time of year.
True.
Go watch the
I
show.
know. I really am feeling like I need to put it back in. I actually ordered
Marathon
some,
that stuff.
some figures,
Yes.
some some
Awesome
Firefly figures.
binge watching material.
Oh, that's great.
It's amazing, and it's not a super long binge, which
No.
can be bad, can be good.
I'm always pissed at Fox when it's over, though.
I shouldn't have even started this, but
Well, it was on my list, too.
so that's my number 2.
I'll just go play the game. The dog's moving around. Don't worry
baby.
about it. She's a shepherd. We're going on to the number 1, and my number 1 is Battlestar Galactica. All right, it's that trader element. It is the first time that I played an IP game that was phenomenal. Because let's be honest, before it seemed like the intellectual property went out there and the game kind of was just some pasted on piece
Right.
of junk and it sucked. And this one was perfect. The trader element, how it worked was great. Now, I don't play it anymore. It's long and I got some cops hooked on it. And
Oh, no.
yeah, they weren't married. They
I don't
got
like
no
this
kids,
story.
or if they were married, they had no
this
kids.
story.
And I literally think they played it 100 times. And they came over again. I brought Judd, who's on ham tag. I brought Judd over. We played it. And literally turn 1, guy's like, boom, traitor. I'm taking that action and I'm doing that destructive thing.
That's
I'm
not
like,
that's not the fun.
I
That's
know.
not how you play.
I was literally like, my mouth fell
You
open. I'm
defeated
like,
the fun.
I'm like, what are you doing? Nobody reveals on the first time. Well, it's optimal. It's optimal. I'm like, you're kidding me. And they had
not
it all.
That's such
Fun.
a Cylon thing to do.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it kind of after that, I was like, because some of the mechanisms of the game are pretty straightforward. You know, I mean, play the red card, the blue card. We're gonna pass it. We don't.
Yeah.
The whole key is if you don't know. Now the dog's eating. The dog is eating while we're
Thanks,
filming the
puppy.
last section.
Maybe I
It's a
shouldn't have given
stainless
her the
steel
ice.
bowl. Oh,
the ice.
yeah. Who cares? We're gonna live with it. If
good.
you hear
That's
it,
the
it's
other
dog.
creepy noise.
Ooh. And you,
Okay.
good call though, Battlestar.
Number 1 for me is kind of another cop out. because I haven't actually played this game. I've played another game with these rules.
Okay.
So the idea of the game made it on a prior list for me. Slide 5 or 6 Nimit. This is Walking Dead card game. So it's been republished, and they've swapped the rules around a little bit. So you're no longer trying to not take rows, you're trying to collect the rows. And there's different cards that have been added into it that will change how your cards get played down. So you can actually play a card out of numerical order and screw somebody else over. So there's an added little tactical element that the base game,
Oh my goodness. Seriously.
the base game doesn't have.
My shepherd's a traitor. She's making noise. I'm
That
petting
tail
her
is
ears right now
brutal.
to keep her quiet. So Walking Dead, you like the show?
So I've made it through the first season.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's all
Nobody,
right.
yeah.
No.
Nobody get mad at
They
me.
almost lost me on the farm.
let me tell you.
Yeah.
I read the comic books. I watched the show. I like me some Walking Dead.
Yeah. I like
I
zombies.
need to keep going. There's been other viewing priorities
Yes.
for me. So
I'm with you.
I love zombies. What can I say? I started out as a little girl watching Romero films.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Kindergarten?
My dad never stopped me from watching anything.
Huh.
When I was a kid, if he was watching it, I was watching it.
Wow. When did
And
you see Chucky?
Probably around that age too.
Oh, that's wrong.
No.
was
Let's
scared
just be
the hell
talking
out
about
of
this for one moment. Just to place where I come from. Films I watched as a child that probably should not have been films that you watch with a child.
Spartacus?
Heavy metal.
Oh wow.
Okay, ready for this one? Life of Brian.
Now see, I'd argue that one.
Okay.
There is live male nudity in that film.
Yeah, it's
could say
okay. It's a great film.
What do you see?
It's
Live
got
now?
a penis.
What has it got in it, Cammy?
I don't remember.
Cammy's the only one being good. There's nothing wrong. It's a clinical word.
Right. It is a
what
clinical word.
Spartacus scares me now. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, like that episode where they cut it off.
Oh.
Oh, I don't need to hear this.
Oh.
Spoilers.
Oh.
Spoiler alert.
You'll think it's going to happen like 5 times.
You don't
You'll
even
never
know
know. You're
who
like,
it
they're
is.
going to
You
cut it
don't
off
even
right now.
know
They
who it
didn't.
is.
Oh, they're not cutting it off. They're doing something else.
Oh yeah.
Oh, pigeons. Station.
So yeah.
Oh, and it's oil. There's rubbing. Yeah, Spartacus gets crazy.
It sounds like
I'm just saying.
Yes, it's
a
crazy.
good show,
It's the crazy.
but it gets a little crazy.
But
now.
yeah, I'm really
It's
sad
wrong.
about losing the actor from the first season.
Yes, yeah, the poor guy. I can't remember. He gets his hit show. He's off and running, and he gets brain cancer.
Well, and it's
So-
when the guy that replaced him, I don't know. He really was. I don't know if he was trying too hard to be exactly like him
How long? How many seasons
or what.
did it go?
I just didn't like
We
him.
bought the 3rd season, but we haven't watched because the 2nd season ended up being a prequel, and that was great.
That one was actually pretty good.
Gannicus and all that.
Yeah, you had a lot of the
He's real
same
pretty.
actors doing
A lot of pretty
everything
guys.
else in that.
Yeah.
So
pretty guys.
He was
on the show.
pretty. They were pretty. It was very.
there's a lot of
intimidating.
pretty.
So
people on
who's
that show.
the one of the advisors for Danny on Game of Thrones, and he got recast?
Oh yeah, Dario. Dario.
That really bothered me
Wow,
too.
somebody got
Really?
recast on
Oh
Game of
yeah,
Thrones?
he was in like a couple of episodes one season, and then
Yeah.
the next season is a whole new
What did
person.
he
that
do
bothered me
wrong?
too.
He made somebody mad.
I don't know.
I don't know. They've recast Marcella as well. So
Get out.
yeah,
Not cool.
pretty princess.
Sorry.
So yeah. So on to my number 1. That
Rabbit
would
Tail.
be, and I'm sure no one's surprised at this, Battlestar Galactica. Like I said, I'm a huge fan. We do a big game at Geekway, and this next year we're doing cosplay. I've already got my my Starbuck wig. So the big thing is, because Jason likes to take part in this, but Jason doesn't like to dress up, we have to figure out what we can do for him. Like,
Oh.
It's not like this is a difficult thing because we're trying
Can't
to
you just
look.
get him a fighter pilot?
That's what I want to do,
Yeah, 'cause
but
then
like
you just
I
put
don't
the
know.
jacket on.
Yeah.
Is that even too much for him?
I don't know.
The jacket can't.
I've been
although
trying
it's
like which one do
expensive,
you
that's
want to
probably
do?
an
Do you want to
expensive
do one of the
prop.
jumpers like the the engineers or something
Maybe
like
just get him
that?
a name tag.
Right. Yeah.
The jacket.
So
would be
because
cool.
I'm doing the two tops, on the over the yeah. So and I've got my fake cigar and everything. It's nice.
See, when Battlestar was going to come out, I was excited because I loved it as a kid. I mean, I just loved it. Apollo and Starbuck, and then they're like, yeah, and Starbuck's going to be a woman. I'm like, what? Because Starbuck was the womanizer, the gambler,
Dirk.
the cigar. Yeah, Dirk Benedict and
That
Richard
sounds like a
Hatch.
porn name.
It does. Richard Hatch. They both do. It's crazy. Richard Hatch, of course, comes back and plays the kind of bad guy.
The president guy
right.
coming back.
But I was like, oh my god! And then I watched it, and who's the actress?
Oh,
Who plays
she's
Starbuck?
gorgeous. That's
well,
what
she
I know.
kills it.
Yeah.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, she's
she's
amazing.
badass.
And it's funny because the actress is actually incredibly girly.
Huh.
She showed up for her audition wearing high heels.
Huh.
So
Well, there you go. But she just, I mean, she's punching people. She's smoking the cigar. She's staying up late. She's the hot shot fighter pilot. She kills it.
and she owns her sexuality, and I really
True.
like that.
Yeah. That's true too. Yeah. I mean, it just, yeah. I mean, it really set TV as a whole. And then when they did this game, they really set what IPs could do. Sorry, go ahead.
No, so yeah,
talking
Battlestar
Starbuck.
Galactica. Well, I did that to you guys, so it's good stuff. Battlestar Galactica.
Well, that is cool you're playing her because, yeah, they're just her mannerisms.
Good lord, dog.
That's the tail
dog.
wagging.
That is the dog. And she got happy. Apparently
that
you
mean
like
time's
Starbuck,
up?
I guess.
I think time's up.
So, Starbuck.
Oh my god. Yeah, because our baby names, our firstborn girl would be Kara. And our boy would be Malcolm. So we got our
there you
Firefly
go.
and our Battlestar Galactica going.
Very cool. If you haven't, please go down and leave your comments. Let us know what your top 5 would be. There's a lot of cool IPs out there. Maybe we missed one. I even know there's some in anime and comic stuff. Don't forget to go check out Scotch Test Dummies. It's a whole nother deal where me and a buddy are covering Scotch. Just search it out on
And
YouTube.
we need a good Harry Potter game.
We do.
So definitely let
We
us
do.
know because
do.
we're all fans of that.
Anything
too.
else? I know you've got your Facebook page.
Yeah, my cosplay
Cosplay?
page, Mickey Cosplays on Facebook.
Check that
so-
out.
Yeah.
We have a baker over here. Is there anything else you want to plug? Because I don't want to unplug you if you want to plug.
No, I mean I'm here to support you guys.
Do you want
and
to throw out the P
gaming
word before we're done?
and penis.
Hello!
She did it! I confused the dog over
I didn't
here.
think you were going to do it. She was just like, yeah.
I should have done it in Hermione's voice.
You should.
Oh, do it
Sure,
as
one more
a
time.
come on.
Can you do it?
What's the? Oh, here we
Can you
go.
make it disappear?
Fuck you. Penis.
Especially with the phallic symbol.
Do it.
Wingardium Piniosa.
Ooh. Where else are you going to get that? Wow, this episode's going big. There's like 1 million views on this one. Very nice. All right, we've had a blast. Hopefully you guys are having fun. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bonding with Board Games. See you guys.
See ya.
Bye. Well done.